Hey guys, welcome back to another video on Excel basics. So in the previous two videos, we looked at some of the features, and we looked at the previous video till left, right, and trim functionality. So now let's start with grid on and off. So it is basically this is a very basic feature. So you can go to data and you can see and go see the grid lines. You click on that, check off. It would take all the grid lines off. That put it all on. So that is what is grid on and off. So freeze pane is more like, let's say you have this data and you have a lot of other data points. Let's say you want to freeze one of the column and one of the row. So to do that, say I click here and I click freeze pane, click on freeze. So that would freeze this one. Then if I move, that would go inside. And you understand the logic, right? That's how the freeze pane works. You want to unfreeze it, the same place you can keep it and just click on unfreeze panes. That's what is freeze and unfreeze panes. So Excel to CSV, so right now there's an Excel. So if you want to convert this to CSV, you can go to save as and select the location where you want to save. Right now it's in Excel as X. You can select a comma delimited, that is star.csv. So that's a file name. You can give a file name and save. So that is for saving as CSV. Next one is if you want to save it as PDF. So instead of this, you want to save it as PDF, you can select that file name and save it as PDF. It would save the file as PDF. That's what is CSV in PDF. Duplicate removal, getting the unique value. Say I have this data. So there's a lot of duplicates here. So you see the unique value are two, staff and non-staff. If you want to do it with a feature, like let's say if you have 1,000 values and different values there. If you want to look at only the unique values, you select this whole thing and go to data and you can use this functionality called remove duplicates. Click on that. It would remove the duplicates, only unique values here. Yeah. So that's what it is about. Yeah. Okay. The next one is length. Calculate the length of a string. If I say length of particular this one, okay, it would take the length. This all the characters is including the blanks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You use it for any of the cell values. Today and now is more like and now would give today's date along with time. What is happening? I should give along with time. Let me say now this time. Yeah, time. If I say today, it will give only the date. That's the difference. Yeah. Days, network days, month and year. Yeah. So days is if I say me put this here. Okay, if I say day of this particular date, it takes only the date. And if I say that is 1st of July, 1st is the day. That's what it does. Okay, if I say the month, okay, it will take 7, which is July. Yeah. If I do the same thing for year, it will do the year 23. If you want to split this by day separately, month separately, and the year separately, this is the function you have to use, formula you have to use. And network days is that would calculate only the work days. Yeah. What do I mean by work day? It will ignore all the weekends. Now, if I drag this, I'll add one. Let's say, okay, drag it. If I calculate network days of start date to end date, yeah, this is the end date. So it will ignore all the Saturday and Sunday. It will calculate only the weekdays. So 1 and 2 are Saturday and Sunday. Likewise, 8 and 9 are 8 is a weekend. Yeah, so it will calculate only the 5 days, which is the working days. That's how you use network days for average ifs. So that is what is average is like sum. If we take an average of these values, it would give an average value, yeah, of all this. Yeah, this average. If I say average if, so you have to give what is the range where you want to filter down the criteria for. I want to do it only for staff. I want to calculate the average only for staff. Then I take the average range. So this would give me, okay, not this one, average if from here, criteria is staff. From here, I take the average range as this. It would take the average only for category staff. Takes the average of those values like this. Yeah, like see this one. Average is 1,100. Yeah, you can see here bottom. So that is average and average if. So the next one, find, search and replace. Okay, it is find. Say you want to find staff. Find next is the next one. Wherever there is staff, it will find. And if you want to replace it by members, you give members and replace all of them by members. That's what find and replace will do. Yeah. Okay. Min, max, minifs, and maxifs. Yeah. So min is basically it finds the minimum value in a range. Take this range, do this, it will give minimum value is 100. 100, yeah. And if you do the max, so it will give the maximum value, 4,500. So minifs and maxifs are like, you calculate based on what is the minimum value based on some condition. Yeah. Let's say I want to find the minimum value only for staffs. So how would I do it is I take the minimum range. That's a syntax. Criteria range is here. The criteria is actually staff. It will take the minimum in staff, that is 100. If I do the max if 3,000. So it didn't take 4,500. Why? Because it is part of non-staff. 3,000 is the biggest value, the maximum value in the category staff. So that's how it does. Yeah. Okay. So that is min, max, minifs. Yeah. So insert a row and column is very simple. Yeah. So you can just click here, a particular row, and select insert. Okay. It will insert. Yeah. Likewise, if you want to insert a column, click on a column and insert a column. Yeah. So formatting number as general currency. So you can take any of this and format them as currency or whatever value you want, like number or currency or accounting or general likewise. So I say I want to convert it into currency. Already it has a currency symbol as pound. If you want to change that, another way to do it is right click and go to format cells. You can select this here and you can change the currency value to anything you want. Let's say I want to change it to American dollar. So it changes the currency like the dollar. So that's what it does here. Upper, lower, and proper. Yeah. So upper, lower, and proper is, let's say I take only the lower of a particular value. So all will be in lowercase. Yeah. If I say upper of this, it will be all uppercase. Sorry, this one. Upper of this value. Yeah. All upper ups. Yeah. Everything has become uppercase. Yeah. Now if I use proper, the first digit, the first character alone will be capital, others will be small. So first is capital, others will be small. So that is what proper. Okay, so Excel tables. Yeah. What is Excel table? Okay, so this is already a table, like whatever we have, but it is not using the feature of Excel table. So I'll tell you what do I mean by that. Okay, so right now, let's say I do a calculated column, say like total purchases. Yeah. Basically this is equal to 2017 plus current purchases. Yeah. So I do this. Okay, this is a normal table. Let's say I add another staff, like the same value. Let's say some other resource, yeah, say some through social media, yeah. If you want to get this value populated here, you have to drag the formula like this or copy and paste. Like copy and paste, it will take the formula. But if you convert this as a table, all this calculated automatically. Let me show you, yeah. So now check how to convert this as a table. Select this. You go to where is it? I think it's data, table. Where is table? Insert. Yeah. You select this whole data and you go to this insert menu and click table. So this would be converted as a table. Let's say now I add one more data point here, like this. This is automatically calculated, but just I think so the format is date. Okay, you have to have it as general, so it will give you that. Like if I do the same thing, let's say the format here is always general. One more line item. I don't have to calculate the formula, it calculates it for me. Formula is auto applied. So that's the use of table. Yeah, I hope you got it. Yeah. So that is table. What's the next one? Mod. So mod is basically like division, but it gives a reminder. So let's say this mod of number, I want to divide this by 200. So it gives a reminder. So I'll just convert this to 10. 100 is the reminder. So because 300 by 200 is 200 one times it goes, remaining is 100. Gives the reminder. Mod gives the reminder. What is space special? Let's say I have this formula. If I don't want to use this as a formula, just copy it and paste it as special. That is value. I'm just paste specialing as value so that that formula is no more than. That is called paste special. So in paste special, there are multiple different features. Okay, you can paste it as a formula, paste it as a format also, and transpose it, etc. What do I mean by transpose? Let's say you want to see this as row. I copy this. I right click Case special, I put it as transpose. So that changes the rows to columns. That's what is transpose. It's like matrix transpose. I hope you understood that. So the next one is add multiple rows. I know I showed you adding one row like this. Let's say you want to add multiple rows. Let's say you add a shortcut. It's called function F4. Would keep adding rows. Let's say you want to add this many rows. You select all these rows added and just select insert. And instead of adding one row, it will add those multiple rows. So that's what is meant by adding multiple rows. Yeah. Next one, Control Z and Control Y. This is a useful feature. Let's say I delete this. Now if I give Control Z, the same, it will reverse. Yeah. That's what is Control Z. Yeah? So basically, it will remove the previous action. Let's say I do 2-3 actions. Yeah. So this delete, this delete, this delete. Yeah. If I do Control Y, nothing is happening. So because I have to say Control Z to get the previous value. Yeah. So Control Y is the opposite of Control Z. Control Z is undo basically. Yeah. So undoing it. So Control D is redoing it. Let's say I do this, multiply by 100. Yeah. Right, 9,000. Yeah. I delete it. Yeah. And I do Control Z. It brings back the value. And Control Y is again doing the action what I did before. I deleted it, just doing it again. Yeah, that's what is Control Y. Control Z is bringing back what has been done. Yeah, that is Control Z and Control Y. Control arrows, it's a useful thing. You can use Control and arrows to select, Control Shift arrow to select the whole populated fields, and Control arrow down to select the whole populated rows. When I say fields, columns, yeah. Select the column is Control Shift right arrow. Selecting the rows is Control Shift down arrow. I think I covered most of the basic stuff what you need to know. So some other stuff are say this is the data, or let's say like this. Yeah. So I type in something. So it's going way more than the column size. If you want to wrap that, you can click this wrap. It will put it within this. Yeah. Let's say this is status. And if you want to strike this, you can go to format, go to font and say save to, it will strike that. So you can explore basically just play around with this menus here. Some of them, it's very user friendly. If you don't know, just Google it. So that's how you have to learn. Yeah. And again, another one. Yeah. So merge center is if you want to merge two rows together. I click on this. Let's say I merge these three. All these will be one cell. That is called merged. Unmerge is click that again. Okay, it'll unmerge. So I think for the basics, just for you to know what Excel is, just to start performing some basic action, all these features are enough. So if you think anything in addition you want to know, just put it in the comments. Okay, I'll try to cover that. Yeah. As of now, I think you would have learned quite a lot of features in Excel basics. This would help you to get started first. Probably in another series, we'll look at some intermediate Excel, and you can pick up, once you do some playing around with Excel, then you can pick up the intermediate version of intermediate level in Excel, where you can do some additional stuff with the data. Yeah. That I'll cover, in another set of videos. So thanks a lot for listening, guys. Okay, so I will try and make additional videos on intermediate level, and I will very soon post it. Yeah, I hope whatever I'm doing is useful for you guys. If you think this content is useful for you, just please go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel, and add some comments. Okay, if you need anything, any suggestion or anything you want me to cover. Yeah, thanks a lot.